Hello again, this is HQ Jones, and this is HQ Videos for You, and I'm your Blu-ray bought on a budget. And getting back with my Black Cinema Blu-ray collection, starting back with a Spike Lee joint, Red Hook Summer. Haven't seen this yet. From the bio, it basically deals with someone coming to the South, moving to Red Hook, New York, and dealing with a rather religious relative. But looking forward to watching this Red Hook Summer. Then we have Red Tails, which is another movie on the Tuskegee Airmen. The first one, I believe, starred Lawrence Fishburne. Also had that one in a digibook. Red Tails, great picture, great air fight scenes. This is the extra that came with the movie about the Tuskegee Airmen. And there's the back. Now we have again Denzel Washington, and Remember the Titans. Denzel becomes the coach of a predominantly white football team, and the story that goes on throughout the season. Remember the Titans, excellent film. Next, we have a comedy duo of Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, a police comedy duo. Actually, it's pretty funny. They have a good chemistry, Cube and Kevin Hart, right along. Chemistry was so good that they actually made a sequel right along too. Next, we have Sean Connery and my man Wesley Snipes, The Real Blade, Rising Sun. This is kind of a suspense thriller along the lines of a Basic Instinct, one of those kind of sexy thrillers, Rising Sun. We have a remake of Roots. Haven't watched this. I can't say this is as good or not as good as the original. The original is epic. Had everyone from LeVar Burton, Ben Vereen, O.J. Simpson in the original, Cicely Tyson. This one has Lawrence Fishburne, Forrest Whitaker, and I'm not familiar with the other character, so looking forward to watching this with the family. Roots. And we have Rush Hour, the trilogy, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. First movie was actually pretty funny. First one deals with a Chinese girl who gets kidnapped in LA, and Jackie Chan is tasked with finding her, teaming up with Chris Tucker, and the other two are unrelated to the first. But again, funny first movies. Second two, not as much. And here is the actual slipcover and the back art of the slipcover. Next, we have somewhat of a CIA thriller, espionage thriller. Denzel Washington again is playing Tobin Frost, a CIA operative, and Ryan Reynolds is assigned to bring him in. Great action picture. Safe house. The Samaritan with Samuel Jackson. Haven't watched this, so can't say if it's good or not. Looking forward to watching it. The Samaritan. We have Selma. Haven't watched this. Find it very interesting. Unlike Malcolm X, where they got a African American to play Malcolm, they actually went across the pond and got a foreigner to actually play Martin Luther King, and got mixed reviews. So I'm not sure how good or bad Selma actually is. Set It Off. Probably one of the most badass female bank robber movies I've seen. Queen Latifah's epic in this movie. Also Vivica Fox, Jada Pinkett, Kimberly Elsie. Great female bank robber movie. Set It Off. Another Will Smith movie, 7 Pounds. I believe my wife has watched this. She liked it. I haven't watched it, so can't really say much about it. It's a drama. Here's the back art, which is pretty cool. Will Smith and a jellyfish. Next, we have the a trilogy from the black exploitation era: Shaft, Shaft's Big Score, and Shaft in Africa. If you don't want to start out with Foxy Brown for the black exploitation first experience, definitely start out with Shaft. And this is just the original Shaft by itself, Blu-ray. And this is the remake of Shaft, which I believe was in the early 2000s with Samuel Jackson, and it also has a young Christian Bale. And if I remember correctly, basically Christian Bale's acting like he does in every other role, just kind of like the American Psycho. Shaft. We have The Siege with Denzel Washington, Arnett Arnett Benning, excuse me, and Bruce Willis. I saw this a long time ago. I believe it's kind of like a martial law type of movie that's trying to take effect. The Siege. We have a kind of a dirty cop thriller with Jamie Foxx and Michelle Monaghan. Sleepless. Good picture. We have Soul Man with Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac. Singing duo broke up, decided to come back because they both needed money, trying to make a comeback in their careers. Because I'm a fan of Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac, I thought it'd be a lot funnier. It's just okay, not a really hilarious, hold your cracking your side movie. Just okay. Soul Man. And we actually have Spawn. A lot of people think that Black Panther was the actual first black comic book major motion picture. Some people think it's Blade. Actually, it's Michael Jai White, and Spawn. Also in here is John Leguizamo and Martin Sheen. Spawn, based on Todd McFarlane's comic book. We have Stomp the Yard, Homecoming. It's actually a sequel to Stomp the Yard. Basically I don't say a drama, but it's kind of somewhat of a drama dealing with black colleges and black fraternities. Here's the back art. Then we have Straight Outta Compton, great movie, basically recanting the story of NWA and the formation and actually breaking up of the group. There's the cover art. Well, actually, the slip cover. And this is the cover. I think it was great that they actually got Ice Cube's son to play him, and the guy who played Dr. Dre was great. It was even the guy who played Eazy-E. Can't think of his name right now. Did a great job. We have another Denzel Washington and John Travolta movie, The Taking of Pelham 123, which is actually a remake. I believe, not positive, Walter Matthau was in the original. And John Travolta is a terrorist taking over a subway train, and is Denzel Washington's job to stop him. Great action picture. The Taking of Pelham 123. And this is the cover art, the back art. Then we have another Spike Lee joint, Tales from the Hood. If you've ever watched the old television shows like Monsters or Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, it's kind of like a black version of that Tales from the Hood, where there's, I think it's 3 different stories. And this the slip cover. There's a screen release. The back art. The cover art. And the flip art. Tales of the Hood. And we have Think Like a Man, which is actually based on a book by Steve Harvey, where they star-studded cast of beautiful women. And also well-known men such as Kevin Hart, Michael Ealy, but you have beautiful Gabrielle Union, Megan Good, Taraji P. Henson from Empire, and you also have the sequel to Think Like a Man. And we'll stop right here on Thinking Like a Man. If you have any comments, if you've seen any of these movies, you have any comments, please leave in the comment sections. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. If nothing else, hit the thumbs up. Doesn't cost you a thing. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Peace.